Turn off your afternoon nap alarm. Yeah. Yeah, it's time to wake up. All right. Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay, next up we have actors Kelly and AC working through an excerpt from the play The Killdeer by Jay Broad.
Anybody home? Anybody home?
Good, AC. It's already 100 times better. I'm starting you over for your benefit. Go back, because I want you to carry this with you for the rest of today. Slow down. Relax and breathe.
Okay.
Take your time to look around. Just be in the space, because I want to see you settle down.
Okay.
All right. And even take your time right now. Breathe.
Anybody home?
Good. Stop and just look around. Wait. Be here for a second. Notice things. Notice. Don't put anything on it. Just notice. See.
Anybody home?
Good. Look around some more. Notice. Do less. Do less. Just stand. Big scream.
Hey! Sparky! Well, TGIF. So you know the one about the 3-foot midget accused of raping the 6-foot blonde while standing up? The defense attorney says, Your Honor, I move this case be thrown out of court. It's obvious my client couldn't have raped her while standing up. His head barely comes up to her hips. Now the prosecuting attorney said, Your Honor, I will prove this man assaulted this lovely lady, and I will prove he did it while standing on a bucket. So a bucket was brought into the courtroom. The midget stood on it, but his nose still only came up to her belly button. So the judge said, Case dismissed. Now on the way out, the defense attorney said to the midget, All right, you little bastard, I got you off, but I know you raped her. And I know you used a bucket. How? And the midget said, Easy, I put it on her head and I hung from the handle. Told that one for years. Never found anyone who'd heard it before. Till today. But that's the week it's been.
It's been that kind of week. Take a breath.
It's been that kind of week.
Take your time.
See?
You home?
No, I'm still at the office. What's it look like? What happened to the TV?
It won't play.
I can see that. What happened?
I don't know. It just all of a sudden went off.
Did you call auditors about it?
I was going to, but I've been on the run all day.
How the hell long does it take to make a phone call?
That's not the point.
That is the point. What's the use of having a TV if it doesn't work?
I'll call in the morning.
Sanford and Son is on tonight.
I'm sorry.
That doesn't fix it.
What do you want me to do?
Nothing. I'll take care of it myself.
What put you in such a good humor?
My humor's fine.
Ottinger's is
just
closed
want-
by now.
I'll try anyway.
It's like we're going out tonight.
Where?
Georgia and Marty's party.
All right, good. This is night and day. Does it feel good?
Yeah.
Feels good.
Yeah. You did a lot of work. You did a lot of work. You listened. You came in. It's completely different. So we got a little off on the lines here and there, little pauses here that didn't belong, which just meant we were searching for it. So I want to get you back into the scene. I want to start over from your entrance coming in, and I want to be careful with the anger. I don't think that they're nasty to each other. You know, I think they really love each other, and I think they really want this to work out. Like things are not, they're not great. But I'm not sure that they get so mad.
Okay.
And is that all the way through?
No, I mean there could be a time where they get upset with each other and they raise their voices and stuff. But this is sort of like, you know, it could be almost sarcastically funny to you, and I don't think you should play that or angry.
Right.
But it's just a matter of like he's frustrated over the TV. Like, what do you want me to do about it? You know, like I can't do anything about it. I'll don't worry, I'll take care of it. They're closed by now. I'll try anyway. Good luck. You know, I mean, like, you know what I mean? Less than like being so mad.
Okay.
And the same thing with you. You don't want to hit her with the anger, because the other thing is like the two of you need each other. So like it's interesting because unlike some of the other plays with the couples, you two are fighting for it. You're fighting to stay together and to be together and to work it out and to try to figure out how to love each other. You know. And so part of the struggle is there, and I think you should just be cognizant of, if I were to say it with this type of tone, their response might be different. That might actually spawn a fight versus what really comes out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, overall, everything felt way better. You look way relaxed on stage. Something hit me when you came out, and I think it's an interesting thing to mention because I've said this many times for other actors, but because you're a big guy, certain things become more noticeable. And so one of the things to note is to not get caught stopping. Okay. And especially these shoes, right? Yep. So if you're walking and then I catch you like that, right? Yeah. You get noticed. Yep. Versus if you're just moving and you stop and you're relaxed and you settle, it's silent, and you're capable of doing it. And so like if we compare yesterday to today, you probably did that all over the place yesterday, whereas today maybe it happened once or twice. So that's way better, good, but you'll start to feel it and go, oh, that's the thing he's talking about, so I just wanted you to know. Okay. Yes?
And I have a quick question. You're talking about it, pauses. So, and this may not be the point you were talking about, like, but before I ask him what he wants me to do, I'm thinking about what I'm trying to figure out at first. So, like, is that when you mean pauses? Like, I took time to try to figure out what the heck does he want me to do, that I finally ask him. Is that the kind of pauses you're talking about?
Oh, yeah, I think that one should go away.
Okay.
Yeah. So here's where the pauses to think about it are when you really have to process. So yeah, it's the first time you've ever heard this information maybe, but this is banter.
Right.
Yep. You're being clever, sarcastic, you know, and not unkind, not mean. What's wrong with the TV? It won't play. I can see that. What happened? What he's saying is, in my mind, if it were me, I'm like, did one of the kids spill a soda on the TV? Like,
Did it start smoking? Did
what
it-
are the facts so that I can try to fix it, right? So what happened? And you're like, you're being coy. I won't play. I can see that.
Yeah.
What happened? And then she tells you, honestly, I don't know. It's just all of a sudden, like I tried to watch the show earlier, couldn't watch it.
Okay.
And so then you're going, okay, cool. Again, what do you need to fix? Well, did you call Ottingers? Like, did they come? Did they diagnose? Do we have an appointment? Like, no, I was going to, but I didn't. And then you're like,
Well, how the hell long does it take to make a phone call?
yeah, and it's disappointing because whatever happens now, it's going to be a day later before it's fixed. It would have been nice to have called them before you got home because maybe you even know they're closed, but you might hope that maybe someone's like hanging around the office late so you can get a hold of somebody.
Because the DVR's not working. I'm going to miss that.
There is no DVR. There is no DVR.
This is 1974, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. This is you missed the show. You missed the show.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a weird.
Wasn't even syndication, probably.
No, weird time. Yeah, good. And then Kelly, your voice was way better on the way in, but then it did come down.
At one point, I realized that I had probably dropped volume, and I tried to pick it up, but
Yes.
I picked it up at the end of a phrase, so it probably sounded like I was like blah 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 blah.
Yeah, but having said that, I don't expect it to be fixed overnight. I hope that you can acknowledge truth, notice it, and ideally pick it up yourself so I don't have to do it. And you may have to bring yourself down a bit
Okay.
just to blend. But you can listen and you keep your voice nice and loud. All right? Let's go back to when you come in. Banter. Pick at each other, but don't be mean.
That's the kind of week it's been.
It's been that kind of week.
Been that kind of week.
Hey, hold on. Go back. Take a breath. It's a way different interpretation. Breathe and feel what that means.
It's been that kind of week.
Yeah.
See?
You home?
No, I'm still at the office. What's it look like? Hey, what happened to the TV?
It won't play.
Can see that. What happened?
I don't know. It all of a sudden went off.
Did you call Ottingers about it?
Keep trying to fix it.
I was going to, but I have been on the run all day.
Keep trying to fix it.
How the hell long does it take to make a phone call?
That's not the point.
That is the point. What's the use of having a TV if it doesn't work?
Get behind it. Try to fix the
I'll
wires.
call in the morning.
Sanford and Son's on tonight.
I'm sorry.
That doesn't fix it.
What do you
Stay there.
want to do?
Stay there. Stay there.
Nothing. I'll take care of it.
Now go. Now notice him.
What put you in such a
Ottingers is closed by now.
No.
That's your line, right?
No.
What put you in such?
Oh,
a
is the next?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Put you in
sorry.
such a good-
Sorry.
What put you in such a good humor?
My humor's fine. I just want to watch TV.
Ottingers is closed by now.
I'll try anyway.
Besides, we're going out tonight.
Where?
Georgia and Marty's party.
Tonight?
Yes,
I thought that was tomorrow.
tonight.
But this is Friday.
That's right.
What the hell are they having a party on a Friday night for?
What's wrong with a Friday night?
Parties are usually on Saturday, that's all.
Well, live it up. Go to a party on a Friday night.
All right. Live it up.
Ted, careful!
How about a quickie?
It's 7:30.
Is that a curfew?
No, I have to get ready, and so do you.
For a Friday night party, they can take us as we are. How about it?
He's in his room.
There's nobody here.
I know he is.
Explode.
Is there anyone anywhere in this damn house?
Ted, stop it!
trying to find out if there's anyone here. Anyone home?
Yes, me. And I can't stand your yelling.
Now go get her.
You wanted to know if there was anyone in the house. And now you know. Any other excuses?
Don't do that. Go back. So it's a good moment here. Just lock eyes. Now, no, right there. Right there. Line. Stay right there.
Any other excuses?
Now, your next line. Stay there. It's how about a drink, right? Is that
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you want a drink?
How about a drink?
How about a drink?
Now that's a good idea.
Squeeze your hand.
Now that's...
No. Happy. Alcohol make me happy. See, you keep wanting to fight. I don't want you to fight.
Okay.
I don't need you to be mean.
Say it again.
You love her. She is your angel. Really. You might be frustrated at times, you might be this and that at times, but you love that woman. Okay?
What line?
And you're gonna woo her all night at the party and by the way, you love him too, and you think he's super nice and handsome and funny. And the two of you are probably gonna hook up tonight after the party.
But I wanted to get that out of the way beforehand.
Of course you did, but it didn't work out.
Not happening.
But it didn't work out. But read her. See, she's being sweet when she said, "No, that's a good idea." She was being flirty, so flirt back.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
Not sarcastic. Not sarcastic. Be a man. Be a man and flirt back.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
How was your day?
How was my day? Well, let's see. What kind of day it's been. Hitler's a sad man tonight. So they called me down to City Hall this morning. They called me down to City Hall this morning.
Good. Now, isn't it more fun to be happy here?
It
To
is.
play with her, right?
Yeah,
okay,
it
good.
is.
So, my only question is, weren't you supposed to get her a drink?
Yeah, we talked about that, and she asked me a question. Now I've got to do my whole speech.
Yeah.
So it never actually
but-
says I get her a drink.
What? I think it did. No?
He asks her for one, but I don't think he actually prepares her one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because she asked me a question. Now I've got that story to tell.
Yeah, but did she ask you for a drink again? I'll bet
No,
you just.
later he
Later
gives me a
on.
drink.
Oh, sure it's not another one?
Could be.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
We actually specifically brought that up. Like,
Yeah.
where the
Yeah,
hell is
we
Sparky's
kept,
drink?
We kept going around like, should we do this or should we not? It doesn't say he actually gets the drink. It's almost like he goes on his story, like he almost forgets. But then later he brings her.
Yeah, I bring her wine towards the end of what we prepared.
Okay.
So we were thinking that maybe the idea was he just kind of accidentally forgot because he was so excited to tell me the story.
Well, and we had been playing it pissed off too, so I'm like, I don't give a shit. I can give you a drink.
Right. Okay. Well, unless it says it specifically, we could probably play it either way. But my thought is this. Part of me just doesn't like you coming over here. Like, I would have loved to if you have given her a drink and gone back.
Okay.
Because I think you should be getting into the story more casual and faster and over there.
Okay.
Instead of trying to come over and take center stage, because it makes it look like we're acting, instead of you just, telling her about your day and in the middle of it entertaining her as well, but not entertaining us. You're just kind of doing your thing. So I wonder if you're not going to bring her a drink, if you could create business for yourself over there that keeps you occupied for a lot of it.
Okay.
So if there's some kind of way that you can create your drink or clean the cup or finish a drink and then start another one or something while you're delivering it, so it feels less showy.
Okay. Do you want me to bring you some wine?
Well, you bring it later.
Yeah.
So I guess we didn't plan for that as far as props and a table. I would have had a table, we would have planned a little bit differently.
I feel you. I feel you. And honestly, it's not necessary. This is one of those deals where, like, seriously, you could bring her a drink, give it to her, and then you could bring her wine later. That could be interesting, and then we could love it or hate it, and then you could throw it out later. You know. So let's say for now we don't.
Okay.
But just for your like experimentation, when you're like, what do we do here? I think the big thing you do is you practice it a couple times with and a couple times without. And you may be like, all right, I have this drink, makes me want to sit on this side of the couch so I can put my drink down or have an extra table.
Right.
Okay, so I have that, okay, cool. I don't like it because I'm trying to fold and then I've got my drink and then I ask you for a drink later and there's no way I could have finished this drink by then. I drink wine, I don't drink what you're drinking. We wouldn't have mentioned wine later, so you don't bring me wine twice.
Wouldn't bring you twice.
And I just had a drink in the car.
Right, but you just said that's
Yeah,
a good
yeah,
idea.
That's true.
You just said it's a good idea. But it could just be that there's this much dialogue that happens in between him getting you a drink, which means it's got to go a little quicker, and therefore, like, you're doing something, whatever it is, and kind of having your own drink, not neglecting her necessarily, but you're just telling her the story.
Right.
But it's weird to me if you come to her without a drink. So that's weird too.
Okay. Yep, and that was a change from how we were doing it. Yeah, so okay.
Yeah, cool. So, how was your day? And by the way, both of your voices are too low, but I just let it go.
Okay.
So,
How was your day?
How was my day? Well, let's see. What kind of day it's been. Hitler's a sad man tonight. They called me down to City Hall this morning for a final decision.
all right, good. So back there, you're dancing. Your feet dancing too much, and you're overplaying it. Just respond. You can be funny you can be playful on the one line, but not everything's a setup.
Okay.
Just answer right away, no pauses.
Okay.
How was your day?
How was my day? Let's see what kind of day it's been. Hitler's a sad man tonight. They called me down to City Hall for a final decision on whether or not they were going to buy our equipment. The commissioner's in his office arguing with the head of the union. He keeps referring to the garbage men as garbage men. The union guy insists he be called waste removal workers. Commissioner says that to him, garbage is garbage, but waste is like shit. Went through a sewer. I call a spade, and I don't want any damn euphony around this office. Then he asked me what I thought.
So we're milking it too much. It's got to be much faster. I noticed a couple of the words were off.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's a memory thing right now, but I want you to just flow through this. See if you can do it just without moving a muscle.
Okay.
Just look right at her, and just speed through it.
Okay.
Go.
They called me down to City Hall this morning for a final decision on whether or not they're going to buy our equipment or not.
Start over.
They called me down to City Hall this morning for a final decision on. Yep. They called me down to City Hall this morning for a final decision on whether they're going to buy our equipment or not. The commissioner's in his office arguing with the head of the union. He keeps referring to the garbage men as garbage men. The union guy insists they should be called waste removal workers. The commissioner says that to him, garbage is garbage, but waste is shit, like what goes through a sewer. I call a spade, and I don't want any damn euphony around this office. Then he asked me what I thought, and I said, the equipment I sell moves waste, garbage, shit, whatever you wanted to call it. Doesn't make a difference as long as I get the contract. And I got the contract, $100,000, of which 2% will be my commission in December. 100,000 smackers. Now, those rum-dums of Philly can make delivery on time. So I get back to the office. Charlie's door is shut, locked. Little Miss Lots of Tits is in there, taking dictation for over 3 hours by the time I left. I couldn't even get him on the intercom. We work 1.5 years on a deal. When it finally comes through, I can't even get him on the intercom. So when that clown Otto Beethoven showed up, I had to listen to him by myself all afternoon, trying to explain to me the wonders of the Wankel rotary engine. He couldn't explain a wind-up rubber band airplane. $200 consultant, $200 a day consultant, and if brains were dynamite, this guy couldn't blow his own nose. I really don't know what's going on in Charlie's head. He's got the best mind in the business, but his problem is he can't keep his Peter in his pants. As long as it's limp, he can bring in more business than any 5 of his salesmen. But you let a couple of knockers walk past him.
Oh,
What?
I forget. He called.
Who?
Charlie.
When?
About an hour ago. Sometimes.
Why didn't you write it down?
Because I was in a hurry.
That's
and
what we bought the blackboard for.
I know.
Okay, what's kept you in such a hurry all day?
Do you want the rundown?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
got up.
All right, good. So what do we, AC, we exposed your weakness.
I don't have everything perfect.
Correct.
Yep.
So therefore, that's where the dancing's coming from and some of the showboatiness. It's to cover up when you're off here. Like if I don't know the exact line, if I do something, you know, it's like, oh, maybe they won't notice. And we don't, but it doesn't look good, right? So it's okay, but this is it's a great way for you to figure out, do I know it as good as I think I do? Expose your own weakness and then be honest about it and then get better. Okay. We then heard how much funnier the monologue was all together. It would have been even better if you had all the lines. And then once you have it, then you can pick and choose little moments of when you will play versus like with your voice or a little bit of movement here or there. But for the most part, you'll just stay still and you'll rifle through it just like she does. Okay. Then when it comes to the work stuff, I think in his mind, it's sort of a big deal with the phone call. So this might be the first time where you let your frustration get to a little bit of anger.
Okay. I thought I normally do it a little more angry, but I thought, okay, we're keeping things.
We
straight
are.
right now.
We are doing that. Now I'm thinking like we're kind of boiling up here a little bit, and maybe part of it comes from her lack of response to the $100,000. But now she forgot, and I don't remember if it says you check the blackboard on the way in. You probably do though.
Oh, maybe I did. Yeah, it doesn't say.
Okay. My guess is you come in, you check the blackboard, and like, nope, no calls. Because I check, and we've talked about it, what, 6, 7, 8 times? You know? And why'd you buy the blackboard? Because before that, she kept forgetting to leave you messages, and you're like, hey, I got a great idea. Let's buy a blackboard. Here's what we're going to do. You know? So it's like, it's frustrating that she didn't do it.
Yep.
And it's work related, which means, did the deal fall through? Like, I mean, there's a little bit of sort of like, you know, but if you don't get yourself to frustration, she can't be frustrated on her monologue, which she needs to be.
Okay.
You want to hear about my day? And then you off of his frustration. Okay, let's make you do your whole thing again.
Okay. How's my day? Well, let's see what kind of day it's been.
Go back. Faster.
How was my day? Well, let's see what kind of day it's been. Hitler's a sad man tonight. They called me down to City Hall this morning for a final decision on whether they're going to buy our equipment or not. The commissioner's in his office arguing with the head of the union. He keeps referring to the garbage men as garbage men. The union guy insists they should be called waste removal workers. Commissioner says that to him, garbage is garbage and waste is shit, like what went through a sewer. I call a spade, and I'll have no damn euphony around this office. Then he asked me what I thought, and I said, well, the equipment that I sell moves waste, garbage, shit, whatever you wanted to call it. Doesn't make a difference unless I get the contract.
As long as I got the contract.
It doesn't make a difference as long as I got the contract.
Pause. And
I got the contract.
boom! Start pouring your drink. And keep going.
100,000.
Yeah, pour your drink, pour your drink, pour your drink, and speak.
$100,000.
Don't look at her. Pour your drink.
$100,000.
Yeah.
Of which 2% will be my commission.
Stop looking at her. Pour your drink.
Of which that's like the one important line that she needs to hear.
Yeah. I know. Just
Okay.
trust me.
Of which 2% will be my commission bonus in December.
Okay, good. Now, because I'm insanely annoying, and I forced you not to do it. Everyone's laughing because it's true. Why, pop quiz, why might it be a good choice not to look at her if you want her attention?
Because I can feel her looking at me now.
Yes, and you're giving her permission to look at you.
Yeah.
King, I did it. 100,000 smackers, of which 2% would be my commission in December. And it's like, gaze upon the man you married.
Okay.
If there was ever any doubt that this man was gonna rise from the ashes and buy you all the fancy furniture you wanted.
It's Ted Snyder, damn it.
That's right. So that's why That, and I want you to be, so now that you're going faster, now I want you to be able to go faster and in motion.
Okay.
And enjoy this moment, but also not be like stuck for no reason. So that was it. Now you're gonna go again. Drink the drink. It's not real alcohol, right?
No.
Chug it. Good. Now take a second. Let it affect your body. It's a shot. Let it kind of get in. Get a little tipsy. Now you have a towel or something up there, right?
Yep.
Cool. So now you can take your time and you can kind of do what you want with the glass at whatever point you want to. You can take your time opening the bottle whenever you want to. But when you do those things, you'll keep talking and doing, and you'll check in with her. So when you're just looking at her, you stay. When you go to do, you do. Sometimes you check in, but you're not like trying to do this and look at her at the same time. Because you're in the same room, there's no reason to. Like, you know she can hear you. And remember, everybody, there are times when you want to be looked at. It's like you're having an argument in the car and you look out the window. I want you to look at me and see how mad I am. Okay? All
That
right.
was my day. Well, let's see what kind of day it was. They called me down.
Go back, chug it.
I'm running out of it.
You'll need more. Go get more. Prepared. Love it.
Thank you.
All right. AC, I said to go back because of this. You panicked. You panicked and started pouring. And what I said was, you got a towel, you have an opportunity to dry the glass, to prepare, and don't start there. You can start on her, start
Yeah.
still, but if you use up all your motions, you're done.
Yep.
Then you got nowhere else to go.
My emotions want to match my voice. They want to match how fast I'm trying to go.
Right.
That's what I need to work on. Okay.
Well, that, and I'm telling you, like, if you've already poured, you don't get to use the towel anymore. You just skip that step completely.
Yeah.
You know? So my point is, like, then you're going to be playing with the quarters again for no reason. You know?
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah, of course I did. It's like, oh, I don't know what to do, so I'll just thumb around the quarters, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, you know what, and that's great. Hold on, don't pour it. Don't pour it. You don't want to pour
I was going
it.
to slam it. And then,
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Tighten that lid. Make it hard for yourself. Seriously, tighten it really tight. Like excruciatingly tight. It's not a bad thing that you struggle, right? Like, it's okay to have things be real, and I want to slow you down with your movement, but pick up the pace on talking.
Okay.
So in this beginning, plant yourself, talk to her. When you feel like going and doing some behavior, start doing the behavior while you still talk.
Okay.
Great. What kinds of days been?
You want to give me?
Yeah.
How's your day?
How's your day?
How's my day? Well, let's see what kind of day it's been.
Look
Called
at
me
her,
down to
look
see-
at her and freeze. Look at her and freeze and just go. Rifle.
They called me down to City Hall this morning for a final decision on whether they're going to buy my equipment or not. The commissioner's in his office.
Stay right at her.
arguing
Stay
with
right at her. Stay right at her. Keep going. Keep going. It's not time.
the commissioner's in his office arguing with the head of the union. Keeps calling the garbage men garbage men. The union guy insists they should be called waste removal workers. Commissioner says that to him, garbage is garbage, but waste is shit, like what went through a sewer. I call a spade, and I'll have no damn euphony in this office. Then he asked me what I thought. And I said, the equipment I sell moves waste, garbage, shit. Doesn't make a difference. It doesn't matter. Waste, garbage, shit, whatever you wanted to call it, doesn't make a difference as long as I get the contract. And I got the contract. $100,000, of which 2% would be my commission bonus in December. 100,000 smackers. Now, those rum-dums in Philly can make delivery on time.
Fold.
When I get back to the office, Charlie's door is shut, locked. Little Miss Lots of Tits is in there, taking dictation for over 3 hours by the time I left. I even tried to get him on the intercom. You know, we work a year and a half on a deal, and when it finally goes through, I can't even get him on the intercom. So when that clown Otto Beethoven showed up, I had to talk to him by myself all afternoon. trying to explain to me the wonders of the Wankel rotary engine. He couldn't explain a wind-up rubber band airplane.
Good. Keep going. Get pissed.
Yeah,
Get pissed at Otto.
I really don't know what's going on with Charlie. No, that's not even right.
$200 a day consultant.
$200 a day consultant. And if brains were dynamite,
Get,
this
get,
guy
get
couldn't
really
blow his
mad.
own
Get
nose.
really mad at that line because it's freaking bullshit.
Yeah.
The lot you've been given.
$200 a day consultant. And if dynamite were brains, this guy couldn't blow his own nose. He wants us to use rotary engines in our next installation, and it's a crazy, stupid idea. Charlie keeps him around all week. $200 a day, talking, listening, bullshitting. I really don't know what's going on in Charlie's head. He's got the best mind in the business, but his problem is he can't keep his Peter in his pants. As long as it's limp, he can bring in more business than any 5 of his salesmen.
Drink. Keep talking. Get
But
more
you let a
alcohol.
couple of knockers walk past him?
Get more alcohol.
What?
Get more alcohol.
Did you let a couple of knockers walk past him?
Oh.
What?
I forget. He called.
Now get
Who?
pissed.
Charlie,
When?
about an hour ago. Sometime.
Why didn't you write it down?
I was in a hurry.
That's what we bought the blackboard for.
I know.
The hell's kept you in such a rush all day?
You want the rundown?
Yeah.
Take a breath. Hit him. Go.
I got up, went to the bathroom. Made breakfast, argue with you, threw my cup across the kitchen when you, I'm sorry, I'm not used to that expression, but can I?
Hit. Go. Go. Go.
I got up, went to the bathroom, made breakfast. I'm sorry, I can't do this. I got up, went to the bathroom, made breakfast, argued with you, threw my cup across the kitchen when you slammed the door as you went out, answered the phone, Susan's car is broken. So I did the kitty run, 3rd time this week, came back and washed the dishes, and Sparks and Mumsy called about coming for a visit, like you said they would. Then Frida came over. We drank coffee, we talked about her divorce, we talked about her lawyer, we talked about her alimony, and the bank called, and I had to run down there and transfer out of our savings, that's wrong, transfer what was left of our savings to cover your overdraft. And I came back and the phone rang again, and it was Safeway telling me that our grocery check had bounced. I told the man to run it back through, and he said he would if I would bring him over $2 to cover the redeposit cost. So I went over to Safeway, I drove over to Safeway, and I was really embarrassed, but I did it anyway because I knew you wouldn't, even if you said you would. And I would just have to answer that call again tomorrow or start shopping somewhere else. And then I heard screaming out on the street, and I came out, and the crossing dog had been run over. And nobody knew what to do. So I wrapped him in a towel, put him in the back of our car, and drove him over to the vet, but he was dead by the time I got there, and there was nobody. There's blood all over the back seat, and there was nobody to help me get him out of the car except some smart little bastard who wondered why I brought a dead dog to the vet. And I came back here, and I cleaned the back seat. It's still wet, and the man came to give an estimate on the roof. It'll cost $890, not including any spouts or gutters. He may have to replace, and I told him you call him tonight or tomorrow. And Georgia called, and she was running late for the party. She was running behind, getting late for the party, and she asked me to do some shopping for her. So I said, okay, and back I went to Safeway. The groceries for Georgia cost 14 something, and all I had was a 10. So I asked if they'd take a check, and we went through that whole thing again. But I promised, and they did, and I took the groceries to Georgia. Susan was there, and her car is still broken. And her car is still broken, and I did the afternoon kitty run for her. And I came back here, and Huck and Spike were home. But Spike had gotten mad at Huck and locked him out, so Huck went over to the Lynches and got on the telephone and called Spike, and told him he was a dirty fucker. So Spike went out and hit Huck in the nose, and by this time I was back, but Spike had let the door close behind him and locked us all out, so my keys were in here, inside on the counter. So we had to break the garage, window lock on the garage. We came running, Huck crawled through, and by this time I had had my fill of one day on this green earth. So I told them to make their own supper, and I went over to have a drink at George's. But Marty was home, and they were arguing over how many plates to put out for tonight's dinner. So I came back here, closed the garage, sat in the car listening to my music, drinking my martini. It's the best 20 minutes I've had this year. And then I came in, I hear you come home, and I come in, and you're standing there shouting at the television. You're lucky I didn't knock your teeth out.
What? Hello? Who's this? Charlie. Oh, Charlie! Yeah, I was just getting ready to hang. What?
Les Kelly.
Yeah, yes, sirree, buddy. We got it nailed to the wall. Oh, Harry was so damn glad to get Clancy out of his office. He'd have signed anything. Right. Right. Oh, thanks, Charlie. Yeah, it was a tough fight, Mom, but we won. Yeah, there's still some contingencies we have to work through. We can talk about them on Monday. Little grease for the skids. Okay, I'll see it. What? No, go ahead.
Now listen.
Little green eyes?
Now listen. No, less. Don't mouth. Just listen.
Hey, yeah, gotta keep her up. Say, you hear the one about the girl who sat on the beach drinking beer and got sand in her schlitz? Okay, boss, I will see you Monday. Who? Yeah. No, I don't want to talk to Otto Beethoven. I talked to him all afternoon. Oh, come on. I've had enough of that guy for one day. I'm sure he does. And if I made $200 a day, I'd want to talk around the clock too. I know. So why didn't you say something before I left the office? Sure. Oh, bullshit. I got you. I'm sorry. Why didn't you say something before I left the office? Oh, bullshit. I tried to get you on the intercom half a dozen times. Sure. Look, I promised Sparky I'd take her to a party tonight.
Yeah, now
If I
make
can
eye
get
contact.
away.
Hold on. Now make eye contact before look.
I promised Sparky I'd take her to a party tonight. If I can get away, I'll come in. But if I can't, I can't. Where are you two going to be?
Less, Kelly. Less. It's all internal.
What?
Just thinking about you, sitting in the car, drinking a martini.
Good. It's weird. I don't know why it's weird.
While you're at it, why don't you think
Hold on. So what's weird? Let's try to fix it.
Okay.
I'm laughing at her contemplating suicide.
Right? Well, no.
I
You don't know about
that.
the
I don't know
suicide
that,
yet.
Yeah, but she was still sitting in the car drinking.
No,
a
but what's
martini.
weird about your blocking? So you're not relaxed, and you're if you don't feel it, I want you to learn this. The stage is unbalanced.
Right.
So it's a weird feeling. So here's what you got to do. What comes next
Screaming match.
between the two of you?
Yeah.
Then what?
Then,
He hurts his hand and leaves.
yeah, then she's got a monologue.
Where do you hurt your hand?
Over there.
Maybe stay there. Maybe screaming match from there. Does it say you go to her?
It does not.
Okay. So here's the deal. If you're gonna go to her, I would have laughed, sat down, relaxed, looked out fourth wall, my arm around my wife. What are you laughing at? I'm just thinking of you. Right? If you're gonna do it. But the thing is, if you're gonna go, you gotta go, and you gotta land, you gotta finish.
Okay.
So what was weird is you went and then you stopped because why? Because you knew what comes next. So you weren't gonna go all the way of what you would have done because you're already pre-thinking the next move.
Okay.
So let's try it. You just stay there. Just laugh from there and see what happens.
what?
Just thinking about you sitting in the car drinking a martini.
Well, while you're at it, why don't you think of the garage shut tight, the engine running, and me taking big, deep breaths?
The hell's that supposed to mean?
I'll draw you a picture sometime.
Stay. Right there. Shouting match.
The hell's going on here? I come home on a Friday night, there's no one home. There's no sign of supper anywhere. The fucking TV doesn't work. My wife doesn't want to screw because Georgie and Marty are giving a party. You can't write down a telephone message, so I ask, what's kept you in such a hurry all day? And I get a 10-minute monologue while I'm trying to make a phone call. And what do I get when trying to make a phone call? Then, hoping to save the day, I turn the entire thing into a joke.
Maybe it's not a joke.
I turn the whole thing into a joke. And what do I get? But I'll draw you a picture sometime.
Maybe it's not a joke.
I think it's a joke. I think this whole fucking mess around here is one big joke. I fucked that up. I think this whole fucking mess around here is one big joke. Damn it. fix it myself.
Good. Go back, AC.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
So what you need for 3 months from now, ideally, you're back, what you need is a plastic cup that looks like glass that will break, and then you can just shatter it. So that way you don't have to fake it. But you have to set her up. So you need to, if you just hit your own hand instead of the glass, you could do that. But this is this is stage fighting essentially with yourself.
Right.
So you need to be wailing like an injured puppy.
Okay.
Because your part of it is like in this moment it's like this is your fault. You know what I'm saying? You pushed me to this anger and I did this and it's like right? And she's like, can I help you? I'm doing my, you're whiny, okay? So whatever your version of that is, that's what we're gonna get to, okay? Now, and also, be careful to talk over her lines. I want you to breathe into this fight again. I loved your emotion, so I wanna get her back there, because that also sets her up for her monologue. And if you can keep the anger going, it pushes her into this real feeling and an important topic that needs to be discussed, that is brought up in this play, which is suicide. And she's about to address it. And she's about to address it from the mother perspective, from the wife perspective, and say, hey, you thought about it, me too. Let's talk about it, really. That's what she's about to do. And she's going to address the audience, and you're going to cry with the audience and laugh with the audience, but you're going to really connect with us, ideally. So we want to lead her up to that. We want to help her, support her. And the more you can do and push her, and you look for her emotion. If you're getting it from her, great. Keep pushing her deeper into it, because it'll help her to be like grease for the skids on her way out here. Okay? All right, so.
My tirade?
Yes, please.
What the hell's going on here? I come home on a Friday night, there's no one home. There's no sign of supper anywhere. The fucking TV doesn't work. And my wife doesn't want to screw because George and Marty are giving a party. You can't write down a telephone message. So I ask, what's kept you in such a rush all day? And I get a 10-minute monologue while I'm trying to make a phone call. Then, hoping to save the day, I turn the entire thing into a joke. And what do I...
It's not a joke.
I turn the whole thing into a joke. And what do I get? But I'm drawing you a picture sometime.
Maybe it's not a joke.
I think it's a joke. I think this whole fucking mess around here is one big joke. Ah! Fuck! Ah! Damn it!
Let me see.
I'll take care of it myself.
Breathe. Lock eyes. Find somebody.
I really thought about it, Sitting out there, drinking my 9-to-1 martini. And I thought, just roll up the windows and start the engine and drift off on a cloud of beefeaters and Exxon high dust. But I didn't. But I might. I don't have a death wish, actually. I just want to get away for a while. I wonder how many people who commit suicide just want to get away, but don't know how.
Where's the aspirin?
In the cabinet. That's for his shoulder. His arthritis acts up when he's angry, or tired, or anytime he wants it to flare up.
Good. Do it. Good. Do it again, and just look at someone, and you don't act it up.
Okay. That's for his shoulder.
Just stay. So you don't look away.
That's for his shoulder. His arthritis flares up when he gets angry, or tired, or when he wants it to flare up. Did you know that people with arthritis take as many as 50 aspirin a day? Don't worry about the cut. Just a small cut. Wash it out, a little Metaquick and a Band-Aid ought to do it. Although he'll probably put it in a sling. Ted has a sense of the dramatic. Oh, I shouldn't. He's right, you know. I should have written that phone message down. I should have called Ottinger's. It's not asking too much. But why didn't I? I used to. Back in the early days, just like a machine. And then the kids came along and the long days and the 100 million cafe clatches and you think that could be it? Maybe caffeine softens your brain. Well, anyway, I can't keep the importance of it all in the front of my head. Does a phone call really have to be returned immediately, right then? I mean, what's the big deal about being on time? Ted rushes through breakfast saying, I'm gonna be late. 18 years of rushing and we're overdrawn at the bank. Does it really matter if the TV doesn't work for a few days? And if I...
Time are we do it, George and Marty's?
Do me a favor, Kelly, stand up straight.
Okay.
Let him cuddle down to you,
Okay.
because he's a baby and he needs help. You just stand up straight like he's your kid.
Time are we do it, George and Marty's?
Between 8:30 and 9.
Okay.
Good. Let's do it again. I'll give another just direction. Just sit down for me. Why don't you curl up and put your head down? You can be on the ground even, but just the same idea where you're just like you just need to be held. Go ahead.
Time are we do it, George and Marty's?
Between 8:30 and 9.
And you can pat him, it's just fine. Yeah. He's a wounded puppy.
Time are we do it, George and Marty's?
Between 8:30 and 9.
Okay.
You going?
Sure. Any objections?
What about Charlie?
It's Friday night. I came home to be with my family. Okay.
How's your hand?
That's fine. It's just a scratch. I put it in the sling because it was throbbing. You want a drink?
Dare we?
Might help.
No gin. I already had a martini. Is there any wine?
It's warm.
Put an ice cube in it.
So that business about closing the garage door, starting the engine?
I was being dramatic.
It's not as easy as it sounds, you know.
You've tried it?
Once,
Ted!
35 years ago, Zeke Harper and I decided we were going to get back at the world because we weren't allowed to go to the movies.
Good, now get serious.
So we climbed into his dad's Hudson, started it up.
In a garage.
Yeah,
What happened?
nothing much. We just sat there, and pretty soon we got tired and fell asleep. After a while, Zeke's folks got worried when they couldn't find him and called Mom and Dad, but they all decided we had gone to the movies anyway, so they waited, but once all the shows in town were out, then they got worried and called the police. Pretty soon the entire neighborhood was up. Nobody thought to look in the garage, though, so we just slept right on through. Finally, about 5 in the morning, the old Hudson ran out of gas and backfired as it stalled out. That's how they found us. Dad was so damn mad.
You were all right?
Good, bring it down. Bring
Sure.
it down.
There were too many holes in that garage for anything serious to happen. 2 days later, we did find Zeke's cat Andy dead in a basket of leaves under the workbench, but he was 17. For all we knew, he died of a heart attack from the backfire. Anyway, you remember that Jack Parr special on suicide last year? According to him, most people asphyxiate on accident, like letting the car warm up in the garage when, letting the car warm up in the winter, when all the cracks around the garage door and window were closed or clogged with snow, things like that. This was the wrong season.
Well, what did they suggest for spring?
Don't know. Asphyxiation's too slow, though. Too much time to think. Best way would be like on the spur of the moment, swerve the car into a telephone pole or off a bridge or something.
Not me. I'd be afraid I'd end up in a hospital paralyzed or all my bones broken. Sleeping pills. Just drift off.
Maybe. I guess the worst way to go would be to hang yourself, like Nick Doherty.
Any damn fool who hangs himself in the carport so everyone can see has got problems.
Had problems. He did that to get back at his wife. Well, I'll show her.
I hope he enjoyed it.
I wonder how many people do that.
What?
Kill themselves just to get even.
I don't know.
Stupid.
Would you ever try it?
Suicide?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it.
Why?
Because I like living. Piss on it. If the world wants to get on without me, it'll have to kill me off. I won't do it myself. Would you?
I don't know. I might.
What the hell's that mean?
It means I might. Maybe. Depends. Sometimes I just get so fed up. Don't you?
Well, sure, but I'm not going to kill myself over it.
Well, everybody's not like you.
That is not the point.
That is the point.
No, it's not.
Ted, I don't want to argue over suicide. Can we just talk about something else? Let's talk about something else. Dean.
Yeah.
Christine.
We're nice to each other now.
We like each other.
Right. That's why it had to be there in the beginning. That's why it had to be there. Can you see why I love this play?
Yeah. There's so many emotions. It just goes up and down for both characters.
I'm sitting here just internalizing and just crying because we're rooting for you so bad, the way a child roots for their parents not to get a divorce. We're begging you to stay on the good side of the roller coaster. And it's like, you can't do it. But you love each other so much, and sometimes you can't see it, but it's like so beautiful. It was also, I heard this last, so most people stopped before you did, so I heard this part of the scene again for the first time in a while, and think about how we're probably going to bring it down if into more of a real place where you'll joke a little bit, but you notice the audience just got quiet, and we're all just like still. How old was Ted?
48.
No, how old was he? How old was he when him and Zeke were in the garage?
So 15, 16.
15, 16. And it was a joke to him. It was like he was so young and stupid, he actually didn't know. He's like, we'll get back at them, like without even like thinking.
Yeah.
And his parents could have been the victims of a child taking their life. And how many kids does that happen with, where they're just like not thinking and kind of like the same way you do vandalize or something stupid. You just do it, you know? And the repercussions of what? Like, we don't talk about it. And what's great about this play is you're talking about it. Like, we're bringing up the subject and having to talk about it from two different angles, from two different things, and it's like, hey, this is real. It's actually normal, you know? It's okay that you drive down the freeway sometimes and you're like, huh. Not even I want to, but just like, there's the realization of life of, if I just did that, it would be over. Weird. I don't know. It's just it's really important. And I thought the two of you were really good, really good. And I think you're right for the play. You know, Kelly, I want you to take this, because I know you came in for castings and didn't know us. You haven't been like a long-term student here, but I knew you were serious. That's why I wanted to say yes to have you in the class. But the stuff where I kept bringing you down, that's going to land you a bunch of commercials. Like, this type of acting will land you work, because it's the internal thought life that's funny and interesting. You don't need the over-the-top stuff unless it's the character of the thing, right? Like, if the character is over the top on purpose, then you still have to find a way to be believable through that. But trust me, you start having this active thought life and just basically doing nothing, and you're going to book work. And you should keep practicing, obviously, but that's a big deal. So I want you to take all those moments, and maybe you can watch it back on camera and go, oh, I see that I look fake, that I'm purposely putting something on there, when all I have to do is feel it. I have to listen, feel it, because it's a trust of the audience that we're smart enough to figure out that you're feeling the way you're feeling. You don't have to blast us with it, essentially. Good. Well, I'll wait for Ted to get a drink.
A little scratch in my throat.
Come on back. All right, your turn. How you feeling, you two?
Good.
Felt good.
Yeah.
I think that last part was always my favorite part. Going from the shouting match into your monologue, coming back into the room with my tail between my legs, and that was funny, just this whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, because we certainly didn't practice it that way.
Well, good. And you said yes, you trusted, you went with it,
Yeah.
and you earned it, because now we built this relationship, we built this thing, and what I did there was not coaching, that was directing. That was me going, oh, try this, let's see if this works. You know, I like your idea, let's see if this works, right? Yeah, awesome. All right, well, anything you want to share, AC? What'd you learn this weekend?
Not necessarily this weekend, but the entire process of putting this together was just extremely valuable.
Tell me about it.
I had never worked with a woman before. I've never done the husband-wife thing. I've never done the, can I touch your shoulder, can I touch your face, can I kiss you on the cheek?
Right.
I'd never done any of that before, and that was extremely valuable. It was fun making a lot of the creative choices that you shot down yesterday, so that was fun exploring all that. And there were a lot more, too. There were a lot of times where, you know, I was convinced that the, you know, I called it a shouting match, but when we were in the park together, we were actually in our faces, shouting. She's shoving me, I'm pushing her back. And funny enough, a guy my size pushing her around, not one person called the police.
Ugh.
Public park, you would think someone at least check you, hey, are you okay? But
yeah.
But that never felt right anyway.
it didn't. We abandoned it.
We did a lot of different things.
Maybe everyone was like, oh, it's fake.
Yeah, right, exactly. Because you'd be like, oh wait, I messed that up. You know, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah.
Interesting. How about you, Kelly?
Yeah. Same. The process was good. Same thing. Other than I've done a few things with my husband, Greg, but in general, I never worked with a scene partner that was male outside of, not anything, I have, but not anything that would be affectionate where we have to be in each other's spaces to make it real. You know, I've never done anything like that. So we did a lot of, I guess it's probably Meisner. Is it Meisner where you stand and say your lines and look straight into each other, just to try to break down that barrier so
Yeah.
that we could be comfortable.
Totally.
That way.
Yeah.
And the way it works, the only way for it to work, is for you to build a structure. You create rules, and you protect yourself from yourself. Essentially, this is anybody with any type of position like this. You go into it where you. Like, let's just say, yeah, we meet at a public place every time. We meet someplace where there's always gonna be somebody else in the room. Like it just, that way you've already set in stone, we don't cross certain lines. This is us acting, and we're getting good at creating, like building a fake relationship that I can now pretend you're this and you can pretend I'm that, and it doesn't cross any boundaries where it ruins your life, because that would break my heart or anybody's heart if you get into something and you think you're like method acting, and then you're like, I just ruined my life for scene study. Right? How stupid is that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a hard space to be in when you're not used to work. You know, you're two strangers, and male and female, and you know,
Right.
it was because the play was very physical in each other's face, very much in each other's space. So, I mean, we tried right from it wasn't believable for quite a while.
Yeah.
You know, until we did a lot of those exercises.
Yeah.
But the weekend has been just amazing. The intensity, there's so much that, and I said this, you know, when you ask why you want to be in here, and I said there's so much you don't know about yourself as an actor. And so even sometimes when you think, oh, I feel like that scene is, so I didn't know that I am not real good at really script evaluation and really understanding who that character is. Because I thought I had a good grip on who Sparky was, and I think maybe I didn't.
Yeah.
Because I thought she was a little more angry and more jaded based on what she had been through. At first I didn't, then I did. It was like one of those processes where throughout the 8 weeks or whatever we've been rehearsing, it's like, oh, no, now I'm thinking she's a little, you know. And then you settle in on something, and maybe that's
Right.
not
Yeah.
right. And you have to undo.
Right. Yeah. And you keep peeling back the character like an onion, and you keep falling in love with them, and falling in love with the play, and falling in love with the relationship, and you can see both of their points of view. That's what I'm saying. Like now, after today, we love Ted. He's not a douchebag. We love him. We love her. We love them equally, you know. And we're rooting for you so badly, you know. And that's what tears us apart. Is we're like, come on.
I think perception would change if we did the scene where he beats the shit out of Otto Beethoven, calls him every anti-Semitic name in the book. And,
Oh yeah, later in the play, he gets nasty in the play, but he's drunk, so.
That's right. Which is the other character.
Drunk Ted.
alcohol.
Alcohol, yeah.
The poison, the thing that you're trying to numb yourself, and then you make all the mistakes and you do all the stupid stuff, and it's like you're blind to the fact that duh, why are you so worried about Otto Beethoven? He doesn't have what you have. The golden ticket is sitting right next to you on the couch, right? That's the thing. But you can't get over the thing you don't have, and then you get drunk and you do something stupid, whether you cheat or you beat someone up or you say something stupid, whatever. But he's not drunk, he doesn't say it, guaranteed. Yeah, it's good. A lot we can learn, and that's what's great. If you do your job right, we get to learn about life through you. I'll leave you with one last thing that I was thinking, which was in her monologue, how maybe I just want to get away. As we're still unraveling the pandemic and the truth and the what's there, and like I think there's a lot still going to come out that we're going to figure out is whatever. A lot of good came from it. There was a time when I went home and I just started woodworking. And I I refinished an entire bench, or like 4 benches and a big old picnic table and stuff. And like my family goes out there and sits at it, and I'm like, wow, I did that. It's really cool. Like I stopped for a second. I just stopped. And I would spend hours and hours and hours just sanding every day. And I'm like, huh, there's something to this mindless work for a second, just like doing nothing and just being, you know? And I think we all had a little bit of that. We all got a little bit of that experience, and we're like, okay, maybe we need to check out from life, from the coffee clutches and the social media and the noise. And that's what this weekend is. It forces us, because we take away your cell phones, we say silent for a full hour at a time, which is a long time. Because you know, as soon as I stop, everyone's gonna, right? What are my notifications? But at least we get to check out for a second. And so a whole weekend of that is refreshing, and everyone feels like filled up. And so again, important lesson that we're getting here from a long time ago, even pulling out of those distractions, the distractions we have today are way, way worse. So thank you both for your work. I hope you continue the scene, because you can build on this and grow from it, but we'll deal with that later.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, we got 2 scenes left today. We're gonna set up the next one right away.